All right, it's time for your come char slash public service announcement. So with the Lens B show for years and years and years, we had to do it because we were talking about these things, and public service things or announcements were part of our show. We were regularly making public service announcements to the community to say, do this and do that, but don't do this and don't do that. Traditionally, what's known as a PSA. So we did those driving, drinking and driving, assaulting, non-suiciding, all of the things we did public service announcements for. But one of the things we've never done a public service announcement for that I saw needs to be done is cold weather accident survival. Recently, 151 cars in Michigan decided to get together in an unnatural way. Most recently and closely to my home, Friday night, a whole bunch of cars got together in an unnatural way, and it looked like a NASCAR. It was like a NASCAR accident. There are complete 360 tire spins, deviations to the left, deviations to the right, loss of coefficient friction, all of the things into the guardrail, just a debris field, all of the things that make a fantastic NASCAR wreck occurred between the exit I got off on and the exit I got on. It was bad. Okay? That's not the worst part. Looks like everybody survived. It looks like everybody survived. The worst part is you're going to be there for a while in the worst conditions. Okay, you got a big pileup like that. You can't stay in your car. Now they're going to tell you, and I agree to the most part, the safest place in a car accident in cold weather conditions is still going to be inside your car. There's still a level of protection there that you kind of want around you, even though you may get hit a couple more times. Okay, we're talking. There was a collision. And now you're involved in the collision because somebody bumped you, you bumped somebody, and your car's mostly in shape, okay? There's a lot of variables here. It's a decision you alone have to make, whether you stay in your car or whether you get out of your car. But there's a point where staying in your car is the best, and then there's a point where getting out of your car is the best. Irregardless, the public service announcement I'm providing you with today is have cold weather clothes on you, even if you're just going to the store. Even if you're going just a very short little trip away, because, again, this accident happened between the exit I get off on. I get off onto this highway, and the exit I get on. I get on this highway. Let's do it in that order. I get on the highway to go home. The very next exit is the exit I get off of. And this tremendous crash occurred right there, right in between my two exits. And there were people outside that were not prepared. These were people who had gone to work that morning wearing work clothes and a light jacket to get from the parking lot to their office. And when they left, they wore the same light jacket to get from the parking lot to their office. And they drove home thinking nothing was going to happen to them. But then they got involved in a pileup. And that little light jacket, in the conditions that we were in on Friday, was not enough. That person guaranteed survived the crash, but suffered from hypothermia. It was so cold, and she was not dressed for the conditions, and she wasn't the only one. Now, if you think about the 151 car pileup in Michigan, there's a lot of people there who may have died not from the car accident, but from hypothermia because they were not prepared. Or maybe Michiganders are better prepared for that. But for places that don't get that kind of snow on a regular basis, anywhere, Tulsa right now is getting snow. Louisiana got snow, right? People, California gets snow in the high desert, things like that. You're not expecting it. It happens. The worst thing that could happen is you have to leave the safety of your vehicle and you're not prepared. So for you and your loved ones, I think the wintertime is an important time to remind everybody, leave the house with warm clothing. Warm enough to walk home clothing. You don't have to wear it, but have it with you. Because, things are bad, and then they go from bad to worse, and then they come from the point where you're like, I give up. and your body just says, oh, you give up? And shuts it down. It shuts it all down. Little Casey Kasem there. And now, our top 40. All right, so there is your National Days of the Week. There